Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today checking out some more lager beer, some more classical beer that I got from Bierothek in Bamberg in Germany. So thanks a ton to Bierothek for the beer. This is from Bamberg, local beer. This is from Greifenklau. I've always said Greifenklau, but I think it's actually Greifenklau because it's EI. Greifenklau. Brauerei, Gaststätte und Biergarten. So brewery, guest house, and beer garden. One of the classic breweries in Bamberg, and the guys at Bierothek in Bamberg, Enzo, mainly Enzo, has been kind enough to send along these classical beers, also some more new modern stuff. But it's fun to get great, well-made Franconian, especially lagers, straight from the source. I think it would be interesting to see them look into shipping outside of Germany. In terms of shipping, because they have many different things, among others the famous Münchenbacher Lagerbier, the beers from Centner, which are fantastic. This one I sat on for a bit too long because I had so much stuff to get through, and for some reason this just kept being pushed back, which is a shame because I remember it being quite decent. I've had it before, never been to the brewery, but I think at one point we were talking about staying there, going to Bamberg with work, so yeah, this is their lager. So this is actually their Helles. And this is, as you can see looking here, it's quite a darker Helles. A bit more malt-centric. So 4.9%. And as I said, it looks much darker. In this Gamma Brewing Pilsner glass that looks like the Bitburger Pilsner glass. It looks darker on camera, but it's like a light copper. I think they use a bit more Carapils or maybe a hint of Munich malt or something in this. Maybe just to distinguish itself a bit from the other, Helles that are everywhere down there. Because Helles is what you drink usually in Bamberg from most breweries. So it looks, almost like a Vienna lager or something like that. It's just like right on the edge. Just lightly copper. Head was frothy, pillowy, and white, exactly how you want it to look when you pour a beer like this. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, it's a bit more malt-centric for sure. It's got like a very crisp Pilsner malt kind of base, like that kind of doughy, fresh Pilsner malt. It's very interesting to talk about that like doughy, fresh malt, because people also talk about it in IPAs. But when you smell Pilsners, you can really often, like especially like in Helles, you can see, okay, that's what Pilsner malt smells like, and you get that in here. But there is like a deeper malt complexity, which could be the use of a little bit of a Munich malt. Because it might be just slightly nutty, but it's like really light, like not even close to like a Märzen or Vienna or something like that in terms of like a more, nutty kind of malty thing. It's more like just like a more hefty bread. And then underlying hops, not a lot. Just like a little bit of a citric, peppery, hedgerow kind of thing, but yeah, it could also just be Vienna malt, but it smells nice. Let's try it, guys. It smells like a more malt-heavy Helles. Cheers. Thanks a ton to Bierothek for the beer. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think in Denmark a lot of people would call this a classic. It is kind of like that. It's like, it tastes like a Helles with a touch of caramel. Just a touch. Yeah, definitely more malt-centric. Also like really freshly baked bread. It's actually quite tasty. A very nice kind of like, it almost tastes like, so classic is a Danish style. It's not a style, it's invented by Carlsberg. It's a Pilsner with caramel coloring. They called it classic, whatever. This tastes like you brewed a classic, as we call it in Denmark. Like a lightly caramel colored lager. Because classic is also very lightly hopped because it's, from a bigger brewery. And in general, Helles is also lighter on the hops. At least in the bitterness. Some Helles are, maybe hoppier than others, but it tastes a lot like that. Very clean. Very, like that nutty. It's either Vienna or Munich malt, I think. Crisp, without being crazy carbonated, as a lot of the Franconian lagers. Personally, I could have used a little bit more of hop character, because I think the hops that are there get drowned a bit in the malt. Like I've had this before, but it's been when I haven't thought about it. I just had it because we were in Bamberg. But it is nice and it's quite different. I think it's a cool thing because in this area everyone is doing Helles. So many people, so it's a fun way to just be a bit different than the competition. Yeah, but it's nice beer. It's a nice lager. It's got just a bit more malt complexity than you expect from a Helles, as I said. So again, nutty, slightly heftier bready note. That fresh Pilsner malt flavor is there. And there's a gentle kiss of, actually right now in the aftertaste, mostly peppery, spicy hops. And woody hops. Could also be a combination of them all, but like spicy and woody, maybe slightly citric. But it's a fun, different take on Helles. Again, it's not my favorite Helles. In general, just with lagers, I prefer lighter colors and more hop character. That's why I tend to go for, if we're in Franconia, Helles maybe, or I found out I actually also really like pretty fresh Maibock, or most likely a Pilsner, North German, to be exact. But yeah, it's nice. So rating wise for the Greifenklau Lagerbier, or just lager, 87, 88. I think it's very well brewed. Like, it's got like a soft fruitiness to it as well, but with not like very distinct, just like kind of fruity. Must be hops, and then just like the extra malt complexity. But again, I just prefer it a bit more hop flavor. So yeah, nice stuff. If you guys had a chance to try the Greifenklau Lager, let me know what you thought of it. If you're in Bamberg, you can go to the brewery and drink it, or you can get it in bottles at Bierothek, or you can jump onto Bierothek's webshop and buy some. So yeah, thanks a ton to Bierothek for the beer. And as always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, share the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Remember to ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.